All right, so I recently picked this up. This was a Craigslist find. I bought this from a really nice older lady who had owned it for 20 years, since about 2000. So I guess we're going on 21. She'd kept it in a garage. She had loved it, cared for it. It's only got just under 84,000 miles on it right now. So it was listed on there. Not something I was looking for by any means, but you know how it is. You see something like this, it's different. You don't see it every day. Lower mileage, really good bones, no rust, southern vehicle. I had to go check it out. It was priced really fair. So I talked to her, we worked something out, ended up picking it up. And I've really been pleased with it so far. It's, these Bravadas are not something you see every day. This was kind of part of the GM trio of the Chevy Blazer, GMC Jimmy, and of course the Bravada. Now this one, the Bravada version is the one that you would by far see the least on the road. The typical Oldsmobile customer was not buying SUVs, and this was Oldsmobile's only SUV offering. Now these were made for 3 generations, going from 1990 to 2004 when Oldsmobile died. All of these, this generation specifically, the second generation, were powered by the 4.3 liters, the 4300 V6. And the Oldsmobile, even though GM was famous for their badge engineering concept, where they'd take the same vehicle, slap 3 or 4 different labels on it, and resell it, they did put some effort into this. If you notice, it's got the lower body cladding, which is specific to the Bravada itself. The specific wheels, the front grille treatment with the kind of Oldsmobile's final Aurora-looking symbol there. The headlights, I believe, were shared with the Jimmy, but I'm not positive, or at least they're very similar. Now this came with GM's Smart Track system, which was an all-wheel drive system. It's got an electronic new process gear transfer case, independent front suspension, solid rear axle, of course. So it's always rear wheel biased, but when it detects slippage, it's fully electronic. It can engage the front. You can see the interior in this thing is in really good shape. There's no cracks in the seats, no tears. It's not been smoked in. The dash isn't torn up. And GM kind of implemented in this kind of cycle update of the second generation, a little more rounded plastics. It got the heated front seat switches. They tried to update it. They also put in what I thought was neat, which is specific gauge font for the Bravada. So it's the same gauge and dial layout, but the font in the script is specific to this vehicle. You can see the Smart Track there, which normally where your 2- and 4-wheel drive buttons would be on the other models. Of course, it also got the center console shifter, which is specific to this. This one does not have the sunroof. I don't show it here, but it's just got an upper center console with the the compass and everything there. Looking under the hood, like I said, it's got GM's classic 4.3 liter V6. This is basically the 5.7 350 with 2 cylinders chopped off, as most people know. It's a really durable, reliable engine. Last year, it looks like she had the intake gaskets replaced on this, the valve cover gaskets replaced, spark plugs, cap, rotor, all the typical stuff, and it runs absolutely beautifully. It's a really great little engine. It's not a powerhouse by any means, and to me, it's about 190 horsepower, I believe. I think the torque is around 160. It's not a powerhouse, but it does move this thing along pretty well. You can feel it lacking sometimes on the highway and things like that. And I think that's why some people, back then chose the Durango over these, because you had the V8 option. But overall, really solid, a really neat truck. Like I say, that you just don't see much at all. This is only the second one that I've ever seen in person. And that's really what made me buy it. Had it been a typical, kind of beat up, higher mileage Jimmy or Blazer, I don't think I would have gone for it, because, again, I had no need for it. But to have something a little bit different from GM's history, and something you don't see all the time, I thought it was pretty neat. Again, there's a specific alloy wheels for the Bravada. And overall, these are really solid, well-built, durable SUVs. I know they've got GM's plastic and everything like that in them, but it's an old, full-frame SUV that you can't find anymore. And overall, I think it's aged pretty well. I just wanted to share that with you guys and kind of get opinions and thoughts. And if you have any comments, please share them. I appreciate you watching.